Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back today with episode number 5 of my NCAA 14 Dynasty with the Northwestern Wildcats. And this is the third game of the season. We are home yet again, coming off a win against Syracuse, and we're taking on from the Mid-American Conference, Western Michigan, who last year finished 4-8 overall. I looked at this game as kind of the cupcake game of the season for sure. Just kind of wanted to keep one easy team, just to give us a break because the schedule is going to get really tough coming up very soon with conference play coming up. And then if you caught the first episode of this series, you saw that we did change our schedule to not play an FCS team and in fact take on West Virginia, who is going to be the game next week in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a tough game, I believe. I'm pretty sure, and I should have wrote this down, but I'm pretty sure that game is on the road as well. So that'll just kind of add to the strength of schedule factor. But anyway, in this game, we had a pretty good opening drive to start it off, but then unfortunately, Kane Coulter tosses an interception inside the 10-yard line to pretty much halt that drive, but we were able to get a 3-and-out and get the ball back, and we're going to move back down the field. Western Michigan, like I said, wasn't really a good team. Checking out the stats before the game, their offense was ranked above 100 in the country in all four major offensive categories. So points per game, offensive yards, pass yards, and run yards. So needless to say, they're not really much a threat on offense and not much a threat on defenses either, in the high 90s and high 80s for most of the rankings there. They only score 15.5 points a game and allow 23.5. As you see, they've already allowed 7 against us, and we're driving down the field again here. I believe, I wasn't looking at the screen, but I'm pretty sure we just got an interception, and then the very next play, a nice little option read there, and take a 14-0 lead. Venrick Mark takes it off the option and scores. So 14-0 against Western Michigan. However, our stats were pretty impressive. 24th in the country with 35 points per game, and hoping to add to that total as we score 14 quick ones in this game. 53rd in the country in yards per game with 386. I'm surprised that we're not higher up there, but again, there's only been 2 games played. This is when a lot of teams have easy games on their schedule, so I think those averages will kind of balance out, but I would really love to keep it around 400 yards per game. That would be good. That would definitely keep the offense from putting up points on the board. Not keep them from, but help them put up points on the board is what I should say. And you see we get a turnover there. Mark's going to go up the field, cross the 50-yard line, and he's going to fumble. Terrible fumble, but it looked to me like he was down, and so we'll have to kind of see what happens after we eventually take this player down here, as we're going to get a booth review. Anyway, the defense, surprisingly for Northwestern, for my team, ranked number 1 in the country, only allowing 47 rush yards per game. Again, defense was not the strong point for this team coming in, and I knew that. I knew we were going to be more offensive based, but just to see that ranking after 2 games, pretty impressive. Also 17th in the country, only allowing 13.5 points per game. So the defense is statistically outplayed the offense, and we're getting some wins here. As you see, we have still a 14-0 lead, and this is a wacky play as we go across the middle, fumble, and we're going to pick it up for a touchdown. So that was kind of weird, but I'll take it. 21-0 as this game is basically beginning to get out of hand, as we are now still in the second quarter, still the first half, and up 21-0. If this is an online game, it would be time for you to pass the controller, but we're playing the computer, so you know how that goes. Anyway, again, Western Michigan, not very good. Only 4 players ranked 80 overall as I look through the roster. 2 of them on offense. I believe it was their quarterback and their running back. And then on defense, I believe a middle linebacker and a cornerback. So just not much of a threat here, as they are going to score before halftime and put 3 points on the board. I did miss a touchdown. As you see, the score is now 28-3. I did miss a touchdown. One of the files that I was recording got corrupt and it just would not load. So, from what I recall, it was a pretty nice drive. Kane Coulter broke like a 30-yard option play, and then eventually scored on a QB keeper. And this play is a little wacky, right? Because you see my guy clearly has the ball. Kind of controversial if his foot was in or out. I honestly would say his toe was out of bounds. And they do a play review and reverse the call. So I'm thinking I got an interception. And not only did they not give me the interception, but they gave Western Michigan the ball where I caught it. So basically, they gave it to them as if they caught that ball. So that was a little weird. I don't know if you guys have had any weird instant replay situations here, but that was a strange one for me. Anyway, this game is wrapping up. As you see, they are just desperately trying to put some points on the board, and they're not going to be able to do so. The final score after this punt, the game will finish 28-3. So we are off to a 3-0 start now, and next week a pretty big test with West Virginia. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let's click that thumbs up like you've been doing on all the other episodes in this series. I really appreciate it. This one is getting a lot of views, so I'm guessing you guys are enjoying it. So let's get this one over 75 likes like the other episode. So it's Popular Stranger. Again, next week, West Virginia. The bye week after that, we'll probably do some recruiting. And then a big, big game against Ohio State. I really can't wait for that one. If you missed the other episodes in this series, check out that playlist down below in the description. Also, check me out on Twitter. That's in the description. I'm out. Peace.